We're heading into week 11 of the NFL season. Luke and Luca are back, and today I want to hit you with some Madden ratings. There are some pretty egregious Madden ratings so far. You're going to be basically the Canadian Madden ratings adjuster. We'll see if anyone gets a bump in your books or if they should stay where they're at.
I mean, I love that. I feel like I'll do a decent job of this, Luca. It'd be a good role for me.
All right, let's start with Trevon Diggs, the interception leader in the NFL right now. 8 in 9 games, which is absolutely insane. The run that he's been on has been incredible. He got one last week against the Falcons, a really athletic play. His rise has been pretty incredible. He started at a 72, and he's gone up to an 80, which is where he currently is. That doesn't sit well with me for some reason, because he does lead the league in interceptions.
I mean, I think his rating should be higher. That's a fact. Last season, I did feel like he was picked on a little bit, and now all of a sudden, Dan Quinn's really got that defense playing well. I am a little biased because DQ was the D coordinator when we won the Super Bowl, so I'll give him that. But he's playing the best guys week in and week out. I've got a lot of respect for Diggs right now, and I think that number is going to rise significantly for the rest of the year as well.
He's on pace to break the single-season interception record, which is held by Night Train Lane with 14.
I'd be shocked if he doesn't get to 10, and I think he'll at least get to 11 to 12, somewhere in there.
This one might be the most controversial. We're talking about Jonathan Taylor, Indianapolis Colts running back. We're talking about a guy that's tied for the league lead in rushing yards with Derrick Henry with 937. He's got 9 touchdowns on the season, 10 total, a touchdown in 7 straight games. Does Jonathan Taylor deserve a ratings bump?
To me, I'd put him around a 94. I think he's one of the premier backs in this league. I don't think he has a big-time weakness to his game, and I think that's egregious, man. He's a playmaker. Every time he touches the ball, it's like, hey, something dangerous could happen here. In the run game that they have there in Indianapolis, a lot of the zone stuff that they're doing, you do have an aiming point to start, but it's a big-time feel thing. Some of these runs can cut back, and if you time it right, they work great. But if you don't time it right, now all of a sudden, a 2-yard gain instead of a 7-yard gain. So to me, it's just, he looks so comfortable. I'd put him up there with a 94, because to me, he's one of the best offensive players in the league.
Indianapolis is 11-0 when he rushes for over 80 yards. So that is the formula to their success, and they could sneak in as a wild card team and be a really tough task for a team because of how good that offensive line is and how good that running game is with Jonathan Taylor. All right, our final guy, it's a tight end. It's Hunter Henry of the New England Patriots. Look, he's been scoring touchdowns. He's a red zone machine, but is an 85 too low for Hunter Henry?
Yeah, I'm going to say the rating's too low, and I'll tell you why. New England's not really throwing the ball for a ton of yards every game. So I think it's a bit unfair to be like, his yardage isn't up there. Like, that's a product of the system he's in, not a product of him and his abilities. And they're not slinging the pill around right now, at least not yet. Mac Jones, rookie quarterback. Everything's a little more conservative, and they're really putting an emphasis on trying to run the ball and run the ball well. So I'm going to give him a pass on the yardage. He's making plays when they come his way. He's catching TDs. I really liked him when he was playing for the Chargers. I'm going to put him somewhere around 87, 88. I think he needs to be bumped up.
Funny, that's where he started the season. He's actually gone down to an 85. Started at an 87, but it's weird that he's gone down based on how well he's played and just how much of a safety blanket in the red zone he's provided for Mac Jones and the New England Patriots. And they haven't had any production from their tight end since Gronk left. The most touchdowns anyone has had from the tight end position since Gronk left for the Patriots was 1. They have 3 combined in the last 2 seasons before Hunter Henry came. So it just goes to show they've found their guy, and the investment they made in the offseason to get him and Jonnu Smith is really paying off right now. When you watch Hunter Henry from a tight end perspective, what stands out to you as far as his route running in the red zone specifically, or just what he does down there to get himself so open and give Mac Jones this great target to convert touchdowns?
I think Hunter does a great job of really changing his speeds. Hey, I'm going into something at 70%, kind of slowing this DB's feet down, bam, breakout, quick, sharp. Now I'm running at 100. And that split second combined with his big body frame gives him the separation needed. And him and Mac Jones seem to be on the same page in the red zone, which has been fun to watch. So I think that's probably the best part about his game right now.
Really has been fun to watch, and I'm sure the chemistry is only going to get better as they continue to learn and develop from each other. And Mac understands this system even more so than he does right now. We've gone through our players, but I've got a bonus round for you, and it features wide receivers. Cooper Kupp's at a 91. Deebo Samuel's at an 86. Which one of those is worse and why?
Cooper Kupp at a 91. I mean, this is a guy that's on pace to be in contention to set some records here. And, I mean, has just been lights out almost every game except for maybe -1 or 2. I'd have Cooper Kupp right now sitting at 93, 94.
The guy leads the league in every major receiving category, and it's gotten to the point where his dad is in a fantasy football league, and his dad's friends are not letting him just take Cooper Kupp anymore. Like starting next year, they can draft Cooper Kupp instead of the courtesy of just giving him to his dad. That's how well he's playing. He's forced that fantasy football league to change everything they know. So that's when you know you're having a good season and probably deserve a Madden's ratings bump.
Big time.
Well, that's another Luca and Luca in the books. Luke, thank you so much for joining me.
See you next week.